another episode of me trying to say a really funny intro and then editing out of a bad take so I sound really put together and clever.
And I just stand here.
She just stands there. And today we're making candy from the 17th century. We need aprons.
You bring the corsets, Bill brings the cinches, no one wants to waste over 9 inches.
This is an okay joke to make as women in the 1700s had tiny waists. Okay. Aprons have been acquired. I just need to show you the supplies. So these are the fruits we're using. We have oranges, lemons, and limes. All fruits that were pretty commonly used back then, other than plums, figs, stuff like that. Okay, while Brenda cuts up all the fruits, I'll say a brief history of the candy. So the candy was first made in the 14th century in China and India, and it was originally a medicine. Medicine started to be perceived more as a snack or a treat than just medicine until the 1700s, when it was formally thought of as like a candy for the first time. At the beginning, American confectioners could really only make their treats in the summer because of the seasonal aspect of the fruits they used. In fact, let's say you walked into a confectionery shop in the 1700s. You'd see berries, figs, rock fruits, fruits and flowers, seeds, kernels, seasonings, chocolates, everything like that they think of. In the winter, people needed to preserve their, nuts and fruits and berries and candy. So what do? They made the recipe we're making today. By cutting the rinds off, then letting the rinds sit in water, then boiling them again in sugar and water, and then coating them in sugar, they now had perfectly preserved fruits that could also be eaten as candy. Also, I'm sure you've heard of scurvy, and the best way to get rid of it is eating citrus, lemons, limes, and oranges. Now, sailors, back then, scurvy was really common. But now that they had these perfectly preserved candies that could last for days or even longer, months out on sea, they now had a basically medicine all over again that could get rid of scurvy and still be good. To add to the authenticity of the video, I took the remains from the cutting and fed it to my chickens, and they loved it.
Okay, now we're gonna soak the rinds.
I'll show you without spilling it, but our rinds are now soaking in
Lukewarm water.
Yeah, lukewarm water. And that's where they're gonna sit until 9 o'clock at night. Hi, it's the next day, and now it's time to actually candy and make the candy.
Okay, so we're gonna strain this water we have it in and add new water into the pot.
Turn the stove on. Now we're gonna wait for it to boil. 3 minutes later, the water's boiling. We're gonna add them in. Yeah, watch out. Now I'm not gonna set a timer because they didn't have those back then. So now I'm gonna make a guess on 15 minutes or just cook until tender and almost clear.
Cut that out.
15-ish minutes later, we're done. Okay, we're checking if it's tender enough now or if they need to keep cooking. So you should be able to kind of peel away this outer layer with your nail.
Like this.
Like that, like what she just did.
So we're gonna strain it and then reboil it in water and sugar. But I need mitts because this pan is hot.
Oh,
so scrumptious.
It smells very, very strongly of citrus.
And not even like oranges, just citrus.
Just like, okay, while she's handling that, I'm gonna get the sugar out. Get equal parts sugar and water going. We're back, and with very hot sugar water,
we're gonna pour these in. Watch out.
Okay, they're done boiling in the sugar water concoction. So now we're gonna strain them. Ooh. And at this point, they're basically done. We just need to coat them in sugar, and then we can try them. So we boiled them in the sugar water until clear, and now we're gonna toss them in sugar, let them cool, and then they're done. Okay, they've cooled down now, and now we're gonna add the sugar to toss them in. So. I need to get that to the bottom. So they're all tossed in sugar. Way too much sugar.
But it's okay.
But it's okay. 3, 2, 1.
Mm.
So this is like
I don't like it.
really bad. Okay, so I think the best way I could describe the taste, picture like the bitterness of lemon peels. So it's like really zesty and citrusy, but still kind of bitter. Just coated in sugar. Oh, and by the way, the texture is like what I think biting into your arm would feel like.
What? I rate it a 0.5 out of 10.
I'd give it a 1.
Goodbye.